Abs-free. You've felt it, haven't you? That strange energy when you walk into a room, the way conversations seem to pause, the way eyes follow you without even knowing why. Sometimes people act nervous around you, sometimes they show instant dislike for no logical reason, and sometimes they appear drawn to you as if you carry something magnetic they cannot explain. What you are experiencing is not coincidence. Chosen one, it is recognition. The truth is this: demons recognize you instantly, before you even speak, before you even reveal who you are. The unseen world already knows your name. The moment you step into a place, the atmosphere shifts, because your spirit carries a frequency that darkness cannot ignore. This world teaches us to see everything through the physical, but you live on two planes at once, the physical and the spiritual. While you are busy working, talking, walking, or even sitting quietly, your spirit is radiating like a blazing torch in realms you cannot see with your human eyes. And that light, whether you acknowledge it or not, it's impossible for demons to overlook. To them, you are not ordinary. To them, you are marked, chosen, and protected by a divine seal that screams louder than words. This one belongs to God. That seal, that light, that calling, it exposes you in every corner of the spiritual battlefield. Have you ever wondered why certain people turn against you out of nowhere? Why envy follows you even when you've done nothing but be yourself? Why jealousy, gossip, and attacks seem to find their way to you repeatedly? It is because the spirits influencing those people recognize the greatness inside you long before they do. Their human minds may not understand it, but the demons whispering in their ears see you for who you are. They know what you carry. They know the destiny hanging over your head. They know the authority God has given you, and they tremble at the mere thought of what you are about to become, chosen one. Understand this: recognition in the spirit realm comes with both honor and attack. You are honored because even in hell's ranks, your name is not unknown. You are on their radar. The demons you've never seen have seen you 1,000 times. They've studied your lineage. They've traced your journey. They've whispered lies to try and trip you. And still, they know you are untouchable beyond a certain line. Because where God has marked his chosen, there is no entry for the enemy. They may circle, they may threaten, they may try to intimidate, but they cannot destroy what is divinely protected. This is why your life has never been normal. From childhood, you felt the weight of being different. Other children blended in easily, but you always stood apart. You saw things differently, you felt things more deeply, and you carried wisdom that seemed far too advanced for your age. That wasn't just personality, was the spirit within you revealing itself even then. And trust me, demons noticed. That's why strange battles followed you early on. That's why loneliness, rejection, and confusion shadowed your early years. You weren't cursed, you were recognized. Darkness already knew a warrior was rising, and so it tried to choke you before you even realized who you were. Think about Jesus before his ministry began. Even as a baby, Herod sought to destroy him, not because of what he had done, but because of what he carried. Demons recognized his light, they recognized his authority, and they trembled. The same applies to you. You may not realize how powerful you are yet, but hell does. Every setback, every betrayal, every storm you faced wasn't random, it was recognition. It was evidence that your existence is a threat. And here's where the story deepens. Demons don't just recognize youth. They obey divine order concerning you. They are restricted. They cannot go beyond certain boundaries in your life because Heaven has placed a hedge around you. That's why, even after your hardest battles, you are still here. That's why, no matter how many attacks came against you, something in you refused to break. You may have bent, you may have cried, you may have doubted, but you did not collapse. And demons hate that about you. They recognize that inside you lies a fire that cannot be extinguished. Chosen one, your recognition is not only about what you carry today, is about what you are destined to release into this world. Demons see your future clearer than you. Sometimes see your present. They know the doors you are about to unlock, the people you are about to heal with your words, the chains you are about to break just by living in your purpose. They know you will shift atmospheres, inspire generations, and carry light into places they thought were secured by darkness, and that terrifies them. That's why, when you step into a room, the energy shifts. That's why you've never truly needed to announce yourself. Your spirit announces you before you even open your mouth. And while some people feel warmth around you, others feel discomfort. While some are drawn to your presence, others are triggered by it. Do not take it personally. Understand that their spirits are reacting to what yours already radiates. Recognition in the spiritual realm creates a response in the natural realm. Demons will try to manipulate people against you, but at the same time, they are forced to bow before the authority of the God inside you. So when you feel out of place, when you wonder why you face so much unnecessary resistance, remind yourself, this is recognition. You are not unseen, you are highly visible in the spiritual realm. And it is proof, undeniable proof, that you are chosen. You carry a light that makes demons scatter. You carry authority that makes them tremble. And you walk with a God who ensures they can never go further than He permits. Now lean in, because we're about to go even deeper. I am going to reveal exactly why demons recognize you so quickly, how they know who you are before you even fully understand it yourself, and why their recognition of you is both a warning and a blessing. By the time we're done, you will no longer question the opposition in your life. You will see it as confirmation of your divine assignment. Chosen one, you must understand that recognition in the spiritual realm doesn't happen by chance. Happens because of essence. The essence of who you are radiates beyond the flesh, beyond the tone of your voice, beyond the shape of your face. It is the light you carry in your spirit that speaks louder than your physical presence. Imagine a dark battlefield at night. Everyone looks the same until one soldier ignites a torch. Suddenly, all eyes turn, even those far away, because the flame cuts through the darkness. That's what your soul looks like to demons. You may walk quietly into a store, step into a meeting, or sit silently in a gathering, but spiritually, your torch is blazing. That fire cannot be dimmed, and hell is instantly alerted. This is why the attacks on your life have never matched your lifestyle. If you judged yourself by the physical, you might think you're ordinary, but spiritually, you are marked by a brilliance that draws attention. Demons don't study your bank account, your possessions, or even your earthly titles. They study your anointing. They measure the weight of your calling. They know when someone has been chosen to carry divine authority, and they act accordingly. That's why they attempt to plant distractions in your path, orchestrate betrayals, and whisper lies into the ears of people close to you. They are trying desperately to suffocate the fire before you realize how bright it burns. Have you noticed how storms come when you're on the edge of a breakthrough? That's no accident. The timing of demonic attacks is strategic. They recognize the doors that are about to swing open for you, the opportunities being prepared, the alignments happening in the unseen. And just before the blessing manifests, they intensify their efforts. This isn't because they are stronger, it's because they are desperate. Recognition produces fear in them, and fear drives them to try one last strike before you ascend. Higher, chosen ones are often misunderstood because the world sees them only on the surface. To the human eye, you may look quiet, gentle, maybe even overlooked. But in the spirit, demons know you're dangerous to their agenda. They see you as a weapon, a vessel carrying God's power. And so they respond to you not based on how the world sees you, but on how heaven has stamped you. This is why some people will turn against you before you even give them a reason. The hostility isn't personal, it's spiritual. They are reacting to the unseen recognition happening within them. Influenced by dark whispers they cannot identify. And here's the profound truth. Demons don't just recognize who you are, they recognize what you carry. They know the words you're destined to speak, the prayers that will break chains, the love you will extend that destroys cycles of hate. They know that if you ever fully grasp your authority, you will become unstoppable. So their tactic isn't just to attack, they try to distort your perception of yourself. Because if they can convince you that you're weak, unwanted, or unworthy, they can keep you from stepping fully into your power. Recognition is only dangerous to them when you recognize yourself. And let's talk about why some of your enemies cannot stop watching you. They may despise you, but they can't take their eyes off you. They stalk your moves, criticize your growth, and yet are obsessed with your presence. Why? Because spiritually, the demons influencing them are tracking your progress. They report back to darkness every time you rise higher. And whether they admit it or not, they can't deny that you are different. That's why some people envy you for things you don't even realize you have. You radiate a peace, a strength, a light that unsettles those who live in darkness. But here is where the story turns in your favor. Demons may recognize you, but they are also powerless against the one who sent you. Recognition doesn't mean authority over you. In fact, recognition only means they must bow to the greater power working inside you. Just like demons bowed before Jesus, crying out in fear, they will bow before the authority of God within you. They may recognize you instantly, but what they truly recognize is the God backing you, and against him they have no power. Think about the spiritual hierarchy. In the natural world, soldiers recognize ranks by uniforms, badges, and insignia. In the spirit, demons recognize ranks by anointing and light. When they see you, they don't see ordinary flesh, they see the mark of divine authority. And because of this, even if they try to tempt, confuse, or distract you, they cannot claim victory. Every attempt against you is limited by heaven's decree. So the next time you feel targeted, misunderstood, or isolated, shift your perspective. Instead of asking, "Why me?" remind yourself, "Because I am recognized." Recognition is not a curse, a crown. It means you are not hidden in the shadows of obscurity. It means your name is known in heavenly places. It means your mission is so great that even demons cannot ignore it. They see it, they fear it, and they tremble every time you step into your assignment. And this is why chosen ones often feel a weight on their shoulders. It's not just the weight of life, it's the weight of destiny. Recognition in the spiritual realm comes with responsibility in the natural realm. Demons recognize you instantly, but so does heaven. God has invested treasures in you that must be revealed at the right time. And because you are trusted with much, you must often endure much. But remember this, the weight you carry is the proof of the authority you've been given. Chosen ones, You must realize that recognition by demons doesn't happen in one dimension. It happens on multiple levels: your aura, your words, your authority, your bloodline, and even your silence. Each of these levels speaks loudly in the spirit, and darkness cannot help but notice. When you walk into a room, you don't need to say anything. Your spirit has already announced your arrival. Some of you have wondered why people stare at you, why strangers seem unsettled in your presence, or why envy flares up for no apparent reason. The answer is simple. You carry an energy signature that cannot be hidden. It is the fingerprint of heaven on your soul, and demons recognize it instantly. One of the first ways they recognize you is through your energy. Your aura is unlike others. While most people radiate confusion, fear, or chaos, chosen ones radiate order and divine alignment. Even when you're going through battles, there is a stillness inside you that others don't understand. This calm is not ordinary, it is divine peace. Demons fear peace because peace is a weapon. When everyone else is panicking and you remain grounded, they know you are connected to a source greater than them. This is why they stir storms around you, trying to disrupt your inner stability. But ironically, the storms they create only reveal your strength. Your energy, your frequency, is tuned to heaven's wavelength, and they cannot mute it. They see it glowing, even when you feel broken. Another way demons recognize you is by your words. You may not even realize it, but the words that flow from you carry weight. This is not about eloquence, it's about authority. When a chosen one speaks, the vibration in the spirit shifts. A simple prayer uttered in faith by you shakes demonic assignments in ways entire rituals of darkness cannot. This is why you often feel resistance when you try to pray. Your words are dangerous to them. They know that every declaration you make pierces through their schemes. Think back to the times you've spoken life over yourself or over others, and suddenly things shifted. That wasn't coincidence. That was your voice carrying heavenly authority, and demons recognized it instantly. They tremble not just at who you are, but at what you say. Chosen ones are also recognized through silence. It may sound strange, but even your quiet carries power. When you withdraw from arguments, when you choose not to retaliate against slander, when you sit still instead of reacting in anger, your silence speaks volumes in the spirit. Demons fear disciplined silence because it blocks their manipulation. They thrive in chaos, confusion, and noise. But when you refuse to be provoked, your stillness blinds their efforts. You see, demons recognize that chosen ones are warriors who fight differently. Some battles are won not by shouting, but by standing firm in silence. And that posture alone terrifies them because it reminds them of the authority of Christ, who often responded with silence before dismantling the enemy's schemes. Recognition also comes through your bloodline. Some of you are chosen because of covenants made generations before you. Your ancestors may have prayed prayers you never heard. Someone before you may have cried out to God for protection, blessing, or redemption, and those prayers activated a generational covering on your life. Demons know this better than you do. They study lineages, and when they see your name, they recognize that you are carrying the fruit of prayers planted long ago. That's why some of your battles feel ancient, as if you're fighting wars bigger than yourself, because you are. Demons recognize the line you come from and the line you are meant to heal. They attack you not because of what you've done, but because of the bloodline you carry and the legacy you are destined to restore. But perhaps the most powerful way they recognize you is through authority. Authority is not about physical size, wealth, or titles. Authority in the spirit is about alignment with God. When you are aligned with heaven's will, your authority is undeniable. Demons recognize alignment because it strips them of power. When you speak in authority, when you pray with conviction, when you command with faith, the entire atmosphere responds. This is why demons often test chosen ones through intimidation. They whisper lies in your ear, stir up fear, or send distractions, not because they are stronger, but because they hope you'll forget your authority. Recognition puts them in a corner. They cannot unsee the light in you, so they attempt to blind you to it. Now, chosen ones, let's go deeper into this recognition. Have you ever wondered why you often feel resistance in environments others seem comfortable in? For example, walking into a workplace or social gathering, you feel a heaviness, a strange tension, or even a headache. That is not random, that's recognition. The spirits in that place immediately register your light. They know a shift has occurred because you stepped in. They feel exposed in your presence, so they react. This is why gossip, envy, or hostility often arises around you. People influenced by those energies may not know why they suddenly feel uncomfortable. But demons, dude, they've just recognized someone carrying authority. Dreams are another dimension of recognition. Some of you experience strange spiritual dreams, battles, chases, visions of darkness trying to overwhelm you. These dreams are not illusions. They are evidence of recognition. Demons know you carry power, and in the dream realm, they attempt to intimidate you. But the fact that you are being engaged in dreams is proof of your significance. Ordinary people go unnoticed in the spirit realm. Chosen ones are recognized even in their sleep. And if you've noticed that your prayers and declarations begin to change your dreams, that's because recognition works both ways. When you wake up and claim your authority, demons retreat. They know they cannot hold ground where you stand. Another sign of recognition is the way children and animals respond. To you, innocence sees what adults overlook. Many chosen ones have experienced how babies stare at them, smile without reason, or calm down in their presence. Animals too often show unusual affection or attention toward them. Why? Because the purity in children and animals is sensitive to spiritual frequencies. They are responding not to your face, but to your light. Demons recognize this too, and it irritates them. They know the chosen are magnets of purity, healing, and peace. That's why darkness tries so hard to distort your relationships, isolate you, or convince you that your light is a burden. But chosen one, never believe that lie. Your recognition is your crown. And let's talk about environments where you should have failed, but you survived. Some of you have walked away from accidents, betrayals, illnesses, or financial disasters that should have destroyed you. Yet here you are, still standing. Do you know why? Because demons recognized you and tried to stop you, but heaven's hand over you was stronger. They recognized your potential and attempted to cut it short. But recognition also means divine protection. God will not allow what He has chosen to be destroyed. Every survival story you carry is proof that recognition works both ways. Hell may see you, but heaven shields you. Now here's the truth most people overlook. Recognition doesn't only bring attacks, it also brings access. Demons recognize you. Yes, but so does favor. The universe conspires to align opportunities, divine helpers, and breakthroughs in your path. Doors open for chosen ones, not because of charm or connections, but because recognition in the spirit realm has already paved the way. When you arrive, it looks sudden to others, but spiritually, Heaven has already announced your coming. Demons may try to block it, but they cannot stop what has been decreed. Recognition means your name is already whispered in rooms you haven't entered yet, and your influence is already felt before you speak a word. Chosen ones, don't shrink back when you realize demons recognize you. Don't dim your light trying to blend in with those who walk in darkness. Recognition is proof that you are walking in divine purpose. You were never meant to go unnoticed. You were never meant to be ordinary. You were meant to carry a torch. That reveals truth, exposes lies, and lights the way for others. Yes, demons recognize you, but more importantly, heaven recognizes you, and nothing can stop the one whom God has marked. Chosen ones, recognition is not free. The moment demons recognize you, you become a target. This is the cost of being chosen. You may have asked yourself why your life seems harder than others, why battles arrive in waves, and why you face resistance in areas where others seem to succeed effortlessly. The truth is that recognition paints a mark on your back in the spiritual realm. Darkness does not waste energy on those with no destiny. They only war against the ones who carry light powerful enough to disrupt their kingdom. If your life feels like a battlefield, it is because you've already been identified as a threat. This cost often begins with isolation. Demons recognize your destiny before you do, so they work to cut off your support system early. Some of you have felt abandoned, rejected, or misunderstood for most of your life. You wondered why you didn't fit in with family, friends, or peers. That was not random. Recognition caused separation. The moment darkness marked you as different, it whispered lies to others around you, convincing them to treat you as an outsider. And while you felt alone, heaven was using that isolation to strengthen you. You were not being punished, you were being prepared. Demons may have recognized you and tried to push you into loneliness, but God was allowing it so you could learn to depend on Him alone. Another cost of recognition is misunderstanding. People don't understand chosen ones because they cannot see what you carry. They see your outward appearance but have no idea about your spiritual identity. This creates tension in relationships. You may speak with passion about your purpose, and they call you arrogant. You may refuse to participate in negative activities, and they call you suspicious. You may set boundaries, and they call you cold. What they don't realize is that demons are influencing their perspective to distort your image. Recognition triggers opposition, and often the first battlefield is not with strangers, but with those closest to you. Chosen ones also pay the price of intensified temptation. Demons recognize your weak spots. They know your vulnerabilities, and they exploit them relentlessly. If you struggle with anger, they send people to provoke you. If you battle insecurity, they send voices to mock you. If you long for love, they send counterfeits to distract you. Recognition means targeted warfare. The enemy doesn't waste generic attacks on you, he customizes them. But this is also why your victories are so powerful. Every time you resist, every time you overcome, every time you refuse to bow to temptation, the spiritual realm shakes. Recognition works both ways. They know your weaknesses, but they also cannot ignore your strength. Financial hardship is another cost many chosen ones endure. You may have noticed seasons where no matter how hard you worked, resources seemed blocked. This isn't because you lack skill or intelligence, it's because demons recognized your calling and tried to choke provision. They know that chosen ones with resources become unstoppable, so they wage war on your finances to keep you distracted, stressed, and dependent. Yet here's the mystery. Even in lack, chosen ones are sustained. Doors open in the most unusual ways. Unexpected blessings arrive at the exact moment you need them. You never collapse because heaven provides manna in the wilderness. Demons recognize you and try to starve your mission, but God ensures you never starve in your soul. Recognition also brings spiritual attacks in the night. Many chosen ones wake up from sleep feeling drained, oppressed, or even attacked in dreams. This is because recognition extends beyond the physical. Demons know that your spirit is active even when your body rests. They try to invade your dreams, to plant fear, confusion, or exhaustion. Some of you have fought entire battles in your sleep. But here's what they hate most. Even in dreams, chosen ones fight back. Your spirit carries authority even when you are unconscious. Recognition cannot be hidden, even in slumber. This is why many chosen ones wake up from terrifying dreams with a strange sense of peace, the peace of knowing that they survived yet another invisible battle. Health struggles are another cost. Some chosen ones face unexplained illnesses, chronic fatigue, or strange attacks on their physical body. Demons recognize that if they can weaken your body, they can distract your spirit. They attack health, not because you are cursed, but because you are chosen. Yet even here, recognition backfires. Every time you rise from sickness, every time you keep faith through pain, every time you use your suffering as testimony, you defeat them. They may attack your body, but they cannot destroy your destiny. But chosen ones, perhaps the heaviest cost of recognition is betrayal. When demons recognize your light, they cannot touch it directly, so they infiltrate relationships around you. They use envy, pride, and deception to turn people against you. Betrayals from friends, family, or mentors can cut deeper than any wound. Yet remember this: Judas recognized Jesus, too. Demons worked through him to deliver betrayal, but even that act fulfilled prophecy. Recognition means betrayal, yes, but betrayal also means destiny is close. The closer you are to breakthrough, the more the enemy will attempt to wound you through those you trusted. But God uses betrayal as the final push into your purpose. The cost is heavy, chosen ones, but the reward is greater. Every battle you endure, every rejection you survive, every storm you outlast is proof of recognition. Demons know your name. They know your mission. They know your potential. That is why they fight you so violently. But remember, if they truly believed they could win, they wouldn't fight this hard. Their desperation is proof of your victory. Recognition doesn't mean defeat, it means destiny. Let me remind you of something profound. Recognition means, even in the pit, you are still a threat. Joseph was recognized in the pit, in Potiphar's house, and in prison. Demons tried to destroy him through lies, temptation, and false accusations, but they couldn't erase his recognition. At every level, his light betrayed their schemes. And at the appointed time, that same recognition lifted him into power. Your story is no different. Demons may recognize you now and attack you mercilessly, but recognition is also the reason. You will rise. Recognition has a cost, yes, but it also has a crown. Every chosen one must carry the cross before wearing the crown. And when demons recognize you, they are not just identifying who you are, they are testifying to who you are becoming. You are becoming unstoppable. You are becoming undeniable. You are becoming the person God destined you to be. So don't despise the cost of recognition. Wear it as proof of your purpose. Every trial is evidence that you are already feared in hell. Demons recognize you, and that recognition will follow you until the day your mission is complete. And when you step into your full authority, chosen one, even demons will bow. Chosen ones, recognition is not always easy to carry. Being recognized in the spirit realm comes with a price, and that price is often misunderstanding, rejection, and even betrayal. The people around you may not understand why your life feels heavier than theirs, why your struggles seem magnified, or why you cannot live carelessly the way they do. It is because you are not ordinary, you are chosen, and chosen ones carry a different weight. Demons recognize you, yes, but so do human vessels who are unconsciously influenced by them. This is why sometimes people suddenly turn against you, why friendships crumble without reason, why family misunderstands you, and why strangers carry resentment toward you without cause. The truth is, they are responding to the light within. Your light exposes the darkness in them, and even if they cannot articulate it, their spirit feels it. Have you noticed that the attacks you face often come at the worst possible times? When you're about to step into something new, when you've finally found peace, or when you've just begun to heal, that's when the warfare intensifies. This is not coincidence. Demons recognize the timing of your breakthrough, and they launch distractions to derail you before you can step fully into it. They stir up confusion, drama, and even financial or health crises, hoping you'll give up before the blessing lands. But what they fail to realize is that every attack they send only strengthens your endurance. Instead of breaking you, the fire refines you. Instead of silencing you, the storm teaches you to roar louder. Demons recognize this too, and it frustrates them to no end. Another cost of recognition is isolation. Many chosen ones struggle with loneliness, not because they are unworthy of love, but because their path requires separation. Demons recognize you, and so does heaven, and that means your relationships cannot look like everyone else's. You cannot attach yourself to just anyone because your destiny is too delicate to be entangled with the wrong spirits. God allows isolation to protect you. Think of Joseph before he rose to power. He was separated from his family, betrayed, and imprisoned. His isolation wasn't punishment, it was preparation. Chosen ones walk a narrow road, and often it feels empty. But in reality, it is full of divine presence, even if the world doesn't see it. Demons recognize when heaven has placed you in isolation, and they try to convince you that you've been abandoned. But isolation is the cocoon where transformation happens. Recognition also brings heightened spiritual battles. Some of you wonder why you face relentless attacks in your sleep, in your finances, or in your health. It is because demons recognize the potential in you and fear what you will unleash if you step fully into your power. They would rather exhaust you, distract you, or discourage you than see you rise. Yet here is the irony: they attack because they fear you. They wouldn't waste their energy if you weren't dangerous to their agenda. If you were insignificant, you'd be ignored. The very fact that you face such resistance is proof that you are marked. Think about it: soldiers don't guard empty vaults. Attacks are confirmation of your value. Recognition means you are carrying something so powerful that hell itself feels threatened by you. But chosen ones, recognition does not only bring suffering, it also brings supernatural protection. For every demon that recognizes you, there are angels assigned to shield you. Heaven will not leave you unguarded. Some of you should have died in accidents, but you walked away. Some of you should have lost everything, but restoration came. Some of you should have crumbled under the weight of depression, but peace lifted you up. These are not random events. They are signs that while demons recognize you, so does heaven, and heaven will always have the final say. Recognition in the spirit realm activates divine defense. You are untouchable in ways you cannot fully comprehend. Even when it feels like you are surrounded by darkness, the truth is, you are surrounded by light, and here lies another layer of the cost. Chosen ones often cannot live hidden lives. Even when you want to blend in, you stand out. Even when you try to silence your gifts, they speak through you. Demons recognize you, even when you don't recognize yourself. That's why some of you felt different since childhood. You couldn't explain it, but you knew you were not like everyone else. While others played without care, you were burdened with questions about life, purpose, and God. While others chased temporary pleasures, you were restless, searching for something deeper. That restlessness was recognition. Heaven marked you before the world knew your name, and hell saw it too. And because demons recognize you early, they try to attack you early. Many chosen ones face childhood trauma, rejection, bullying, or abandonment. These are not random experiences. They are strategic attacks designed to break you before you understand your authority. But chosen ones, look at you now. Despite everything, you survived. You didn't just survive, grew stronger. The very pain that was supposed to crush you became the soil where your resilience grew. Demons recognize that your scars are not weaknesses, they are weapons. Every wound you carry tells a story of survival that terrifies the darkness. Recognition also forces you to live differently. You cannot indulge in the same sins or habits as others. Where others can slip into compromise without consequence, chosen ones are immediately corrected. Why? Because your light cannot be dimmed by the same indulgences. Heaven holds you to a higher standard, and demons recognize this. They know that one moment of compromise from you has greater impact than a lifetime of sin from others. That's why temptation feels stronger. For you it's targeted. But every time you resist, you confirm your recognition in the spirit. There is also a strange phenomenon that chosen ones face. People will often confess things to you without knowing why. Strangers open up their secrets, co-workers tell you their struggles, even people who dislike you reveal their vulnerabilities around you. This is because demons recognize your presence as a confessional space. They cannot hide truth in the light of your aura. This is why people say, "I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I feel I can." It's because your spirit disarms deception. This recognition places you in positions of influence without you even trying. Chosen one, recognition is not a curse, it is confirmation. Every heavy battle, every strange reaction from others, every spiritual attack you face, it's all evidence that you are known in the spirit realm. You are not invisible. Demons recognize you because you are dangerous to them. Heaven recognizes you because you are precious to God, and though the cost is high, the reward is greater. Recognition means your life has purpose. Recognition means you are living proof that light still shines in darkness. Recognition means you are chosen. Have you ever wondered why the moment you enter a room, everything shifts? Conversations pause. People glance your way, and even those who try to mask their intentions can't hide their discomfort. That is not coincidence. It is not random. It is not something you can attribute merely to confidence or charisma. It is spiritual recognition. The reason this happens is because the unseen world knows you in ways you don't even fully understand yet. Demons recognize you instantly because you are not just another face in the crowd. You carry a light, a frequency, a seal from the divine that sets you apart. You could try to fit in, you could attempt to shrink yourself, but nothing will hide what is written upon your spirit. Demons, unlike people, don't need introductions. They don't need small talk. They know who you are the moment you walk in because your energy exposes you. They can feel the authority you carry, even when you aren't aware of it yourself. They know the battles you've survived, the storms you've walked through, and the fire that has refined you. Think about this. When Jesus walked the earth, demons didn't wait for him to speak before they trembled. The moment he appeared, they cried out, recognizing his authority. And chosen ones, though you are not him, you carry his spirit. That means the same authority that made demons tremble before Christ lives in you. You are not ordinary. You are not random. You are marked by heaven. That mark is visible in the spiritual realm, whether you acknowledge it or not. Demons don't respond to your name in the physical. They respond to the authority of the Spirit inside you. They see your scars, the spiritual kind. They see the victories you've gained through faith. They see the resilience that no attack could break, and that terrifies them, because you've already proven you won't collapse under pressure. This is why chosen ones face resistance everywhere they go. Have you noticed how certain people suddenly become hostile for no reason? Why jealousy seems to follow you even when you're not trying to outshine anyone? It's because the demonic realm recognizes your identity before the physical world does. Sometimes people around you are influenced without even knowing it, reacting to the light in you with hostility. That's why rejection is so common for chosen ones. You are not being rejected simply because of personality differences. You're being rejected because of spiritual recognition. The darkness knows it cannot coexist comfortably with your light, so it pushes back. But here is the truth you must hold on to. Recognition is proof of power. The enemy doesn't waste time on those who pose no threat. If you are experiencing constant opposition, it is because your presence disturbs the darkness. You must realize that your mere existence in alignment with God's will is warfare in itself. You don't even need to say much. Your presence alone shifts the spiritual atmosphere. This is why some people try to silence you, why they mock your faith, why they plot against you. It's not you they're reacting to. It's the divine mark inside of you that makes demons tremble. And chosen one, let this sink in deeply. Demons don't just recognize you, they fear the assignment attached to your name. They know if you fully step into your power, into your calling, into the fullness of who God designed you to be, you will dismantle strongholds, you will break generational chains, and you will influence lives far beyond what you can even imagine. That is what they are trying to stop. Every distraction, every attack, every delay is designed to keep you from realizing the truth of who you are. But here's the paradox: in trying to stop you, they only confirm you. Every attack is a signpost pointing to your importance. Every opposition is a reminder that you are chosen. Every rejection is proof of the divine hand on your life. Demons don't chase after the nameless, the powerless, or the purposeless. They recognize those who have heaven's backing, and that's you. So instead of fearing their recognition, embrace it. It means you are known in heaven and feared in hell. That is not a curse, it is a crown. Now ask yourself, if demons recognize you instantly, why do you still doubt yourself? Why do you question whether you're enough, whether you're worthy, whether you're really chosen? The spiritual realm already knows the answer. The only one who needs to align with that truth is you. Once you accept your authority, once you step fully into your identity, there is nothing they can do to stop your rise. Recognition is not just about intimidation, it is about validation. It validates that your walk has not been in vain. It validates that every tear, every sleepless night, Every moment you almost gave up has forged in you a strength that now radiates powerfully enough to be felt by entities you cannot see. Chosen one, demons recognize you because you carry something they lost forever: divine favor. They lost their place, but you walk with the presence of God. They lost their authority, but you carry heaven's authority. They lost their light, but you shine with the light of Christ. That is why they tremble when you step forward. That is why they flee when you pray. That is why they scheme but fail to destroy you. Because the truth is, no matter how hard they try, they cannot erase what God has placed inside you. When you look back on your journey as a chosen one, you'll begin to realize that the most incredible truth was never that demons tried to break you, but that they were forced to recognize you. Recognition is not something you demanded. It's not something you begged for. It was something etched into your spirit from the very moment God breathed life into you. Demons recognize you because heaven has marked you, because your name is written in the spirit realm, because your aura carries a frequency they cannot mimic nor silence. This recognition is both a warning and a revelation. It means you can no longer shrink yourself to fit into places you've outgrown, nor downplay the light that heaven placed in you. Think about it: if the kingdom of darkness already knows your name, if they already tremble when you step into the room, why would you ever again allow yourself to believe you are powerless? Why would you let fear dictate your choices when even fear itself bows to the authority within you? Demons recognize you because you have already been given the authority to walk among them untouched, to declare truth in spaces filled with lies, to cast out the very spirits that once tried to enslave you. And here's the irony: they fear the light in you more than you ever feared the darkness around you. That's why they attempt distractions, illusions, false connections, and empty promises. Because deep down, they already know they cannot win against what God has sealed inside of you. This recognition is your reminder that the path you are on is not ordinary. You are not simply living day to day. You are unfolding a prophecy. Every trial you faced was preparation. Every betrayal was alignment. Every moment of loneliness was God's way of removing noise so that you could finally hear your calling clearly. Demons recognize you because they know what's coming. They see the shift happening in your spirit before you even fully grasp it yourself. They know the power that is about to be unleashed through your words, your actions, your prayers, and your very presence. So instead of asking, "Why me?" start declaring, "Because I am chosen. Because you are the one heaven trusted to carry light into the deepest shadows. Because you are the one that angels surround, that divine protection covers, that destiny refuses to let go of. Because you are the one that darkness recognizes, not as prey, but as a threat. And if demons recognize you, then believe me, so does heaven. The throne room of God has spoken over your life, and that decree cannot be undone. Chosen one, let this truth sink deep into your heart. You are not hidden, you are revealed. You are not defeated, you are rising. You are not weak, you are powerful beyond measure. Demons recognize you because you walk with God, because your very breath carries purpose, because your footsteps echo authority. Never again doubt your worth. Never again question your place in this world. The recognition of the unseen realm is your confirmation. Step boldly now. Step into the fullness of who you are. For when demons recognize you, it's not just fear that drives them away, it's acknowledgement of the unstoppable force of destiny you carry. So walk forward, not with fear, but with fire. Walk forward knowing that your light is untouchable. Your calling is irreversible, and your victory is inevitable. And remember this: if the enemy recognizes you, then so must you. Recognize yourself. Chosen one, rise. When you finally come to the realization that demons instantly recognize you. Chosen one, it is not meant to fill your heart with fear, but rather with confidence in who you are and what you carry. Their recognition is not because of your earthly appearance, your words, or even your physical strength. It is because of the eternal imprint of the divine stamped upon your spirit. In the unseen world, where truth cannot be disguised and masks cannot hide reality, your light burns brighter than anything they can fabricate. They recognize you because the power of God within you makes their illusions collapse. They recognize you because your presence exposes their schemes. They recognize you because you carry what they lost forever: divine favor and eternal connection with the Most High. The reason they tremble, the reason they follow your footsteps, the reason they scramble to distract you, is because you have been marked as a vessel of transformation. Every step you take is a disruption to the kingdom of darkness. Every prayer you speak shakes foundations they thought were secure. Every decision you make in alignment with your calling becomes a declaration of war against their grip on this world. You see, demons do not waste time on the insignificant. They recognize you because you are significant. They mark you because heaven marked you first. And though their presence may sometimes feel intimidating, their recognition of you is their confession of defeat. Chosen one, understand this truth deeply. Recognition is proof of rank. The enemy does not announce themselves to those who pose no threat. They don't organize their forces against those walking without purpose. No, they are stirred, agitated, and alarmed by you because your very existence in alignment with God is dangerous to their agenda. This is why your life feels different. This is why you have experienced battles others cannot comprehend. This is why your path has been heavy with trials, because you are a chosen instrument that carries influence not just in this world, but in the unseen realms. Do not mistake their recognition as weakness within yourself. Do not see their opposition as evidence of your failure. Instead, let it affirm the truth that you are walking in the exact direction heaven desires you to go. The more they recognize you, the more you must recognize yourself, not in the reflection of the world, but in the reflection of God's image within you. Your light is not fragile. It was forged in the fire of trials, refined by isolation, and strengthened by faith. Every scar, every heartbreak, every tear has become part of the armor that shines in the spiritual realm. When demons look at you, they see more than a person. They see the hand of God, the seal of destiny, the unstoppable force of divine purpose. They see what you are becoming, and that terrifies them more than anything you already are. So carry this awareness, not with arrogance, but with reverence. You are not powerful by your own will. You are powerful because the one who created heaven and earth has chosen to dwell within you. And when the Creator is within you, every created being, whether in light or darkness, cannot help but acknowledge His presence. This is why they bow. This is why they scatter. This is why they whisper about you in fear. Because to them, your life is a prophecy in motion, and they cannot stop what has already been written. Chosen one, as you move forward, let your awareness of their recognition deepen your commitment to live boldly in your calling. Let it be the fuel that reminds you that every time they gather against you, they are only confirming the greatness within you. And when you feel overwhelmed, remember this: their recognition does not grant them power over you. Their recognition is a testimony of the power you already hold. You were not made to blend into the shadows. You were created to carry light into the deepest darkness. And though demons recognize you instantly, heaven celebrates you eternally. So stand firm, walk with authority, live with clarity. For even in the unseen realm, your presence cannot be denied. Chosen one, let me leave you with this truth. You do not need to prove your power to the world. You only need to walk in it. The very air around you shifts when you step into your calling. The atmosphere testifies of your presence. The forces of darkness know who you are long before you even open your mouth, because your soul carries a vibration that cannot be faked, a resonance that no imposter can imitate. This is why demons don't question your identity. They recognize it the moment you enter the room. You are marked. You are chosen. You are different. Think about it. Why do you think the battles in your life have been so relentless? Why? Do you think your struggles have been so intense, your storms so violent, your setbacks so personal? It's not because you're weak, it's because you're dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. Every attack you faced was confirmation of your identity. Every sleepless night was proof that something beyond you was trying to stop you from realizing just how powerful you are. But here's the good news. They failed. You're still standing, you're still breathing, and you're still chosen. Demons recognize you not because of what you've done, but because of what you carry. You carry light they cannot extinguish. You carry authority they cannot override. You carry a destiny they cannot erase. This is why, even when you didn't understand your own worth, the spiritual realm treated you like a threat. Demons don't waste time on those who pose no danger. The fact that you were targeted is proof you were always chosen. And now, you've reached the point where you finally see it, to chosen one. You must realize that your very existence disrupts the plans of darkness. You don't have to scream. You don't have to shout. You don't have to announce yourself. Your spirit announces you before your words ever do. The shadows know who you are. They know your name. They know your calling. They know your potential. And no matter how hard they try, they cannot stop the inevitable. Your rise, do not shrink back anymore. Do not question yourself anymore. Do not dim your light because others feel uncomfortable. The truth is, those who are never meant to carry what you carry will always feel uneasy in your presence. That's not your fault, that's your proof. You are not here to blend in. You are not here to be ordinary. You are here to stand out. You are here to shift the atmosphere. You are here to walk in power. The chosen path is never easy, but it is always worth it. And now that you know demons recognize you, you must also know this: they fear you. They may attack, but they attack from a place of desperation, not dominance. They know they are already defeated, but they still hope to distract you long enough to keep you from realizing who you are. But you're awake now. You see clearly now, and nothing can put you back to sleep. Every scar you carry is evidence of survival. Every wound you endured has turned into wisdom. Every fall you took only made your foundation stronger. And every tear you cried watered the seeds of your destiny. Demons may have tried to break you, but all they did was make you unshakable. They tried to silence you, but all they did was give you a louder testimony. They tried to stop your light, but all they did was make it shine brighter. Chosen one, step boldly into your next season. Walk with confidence into your future. Speak with authority into your atmosphere. Because from this day forward, you are no longer questioning why demons recognize you. You are embracing it. You are wearing it like a crown. You are using it as fuel. You are declaring to the universe, yes, I am chosen. Yes, I am powerful. Yes, I am unstoppable. Never forget this. Demons don't bow to talent, they bow to authority. And you have been given authority. Demons don't fear appearance, they fear presence. And your presence is undeniable. Demons don't tremble at the sight of ordinary people, they tremble at the chosen ones, the awakened ones, the anointed ones. And that chosen one is you. So rise, rise with courage, rise with fire. Rise with the knowledge that the spiritual realm already knows your name. You don't need their approval. You don't need their validation. You don't need to explain yourself to anyone. You are already recognized. You are already chosen. You are already unstoppable. Let the world wonder how you keep rising after every fall. Let your enemies question why nothing seems to break you. Let demons tremble every time you wake up in the morning. Because as long as you are alive, as long as you are breathing, as long as your soul is on fire, you are a living threat to the kingdom of darkness. Chosen one, your time is now. The battles prepared you. The pain shaped you. The rejection refined you. The storms built you. And the recognition you carry in the spiritual realm is proof that you are exactly who you were meant to be. Remember this. You were never ordinary. You were never overlooked. You were never forgotten. You were chosen before you even knew what chosen meant. And now, the entire universe is waiting for you to step fully into your calling. Walk boldly, speak loudly, shine unapologetically. Because demons already recognize you. Now it's time for the world to do the same. Chosen ones, rise.